Hey YouTube, I am making my first transitioning video, and it's my first official transitioning video, and I'm halfway, my hair is halfway done. Um, I thought I would talk about the whole natural hair journey. Um, I've had natural hair for a long time. I remember when I was like 16 or 15 or 16, my mom basically told me I could do my hair myself. And while I'm talking, I'm going to be like preparing my hair for bed, by the way. So, anyways, my mom told me like I could do my hair myself, and I we just had to figure it out because she like kept my hair natural when I was a kid. She's African American. Well, she's black. I don't say African American because she's not from Africa. And she only like relaxed her hair like once or twice, and she experienced a lot of breakage when she did it, and her scalp burned, so she never did it again. And she always like never wanted me to get a relaxer. Um, but my hair is like slightly different from hers. It's really thick, even though it has bigger curls. Because my dad is Puerto Rican, and as you know, like Puerto Rican and black, they both have a lot of similarities. Just like genetically, they both have black in them. I mean, African blood. They both have European blood, and I'm talking about black people, not African Americans. And they both have Asian blood in the form of Native American Indian, which is Asian. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, both my parents are mixed, so I'm mixed too. Even if, well, I mean, I'm mixed because my dad's whatever. Anyways, that's not important. I have like ranging through my head from, I'd say, 2A to 3C hair, 2A and 2B hair behind my ears, and 3A hair at the top and front of my head, getting smaller curls the further back you go. 3B at the crown, at 3C in the kitchen. So I have like a challenge when it comes to textures. So anyways, I was natural for a long time before it was like super popular amongst mainstream individuals. You know, basically all you had doing it was models. And at the time, like, you know, it was nice because I was like always skinny and pretty tall for my age. But you know, when you get older, things change. So anyways, when I got maybe like around 19, 20, no, 18 or 19, I had decided to cut my hair off while it was natural, and to grow it out, I had like a stick straight relaxer put in, and it actually didn't do any damage at all to my hair. It just got expensive, so I decided eventually to cut it out. Um, and then I had to go through that whole awkward stage again with the curly hair. And then when I got married, when I first got married, I had an at-home relaxers for a little while, which didn't damage my hair either. My husband, he's white, he did them for me. He's really good. But then I like had an illness that put a lot of stress on my body, and so my hair was falling out at the root. It wasn't breaking off. It would have fallen out whether it was curly or straight or colored, you know, but I just couldn't take the stress of like being in my head, I guess. So I cut my hair off again, and it was a lot easier too because I ended up having mono for like 2 months straight, and I did not get out of bed. I definitely wasn't doing my hair, so having super short hair was a lot more helpful. So anyways, then I was natural for a really long time after, not a really long time, but like a few years after that. And again, hardly anybody else I knew was natural, that was African American, black, any type of ethnicity. Most everybody, straightens their hair or gets a weave. Which in a way is natural, I guess, but not necessarily. So anyways, what happened? Oh, I had this crazy dream like a year ago, I think, that I wanted to be blonde. Maybe it was 2 years ago. I wanted to be like bleached blonde. And so like the next day I went and had my hair bleached blonde. Well, it was curly. And that was a lot of fun for a little while. And then I started to lose my curl pattern, and I didn't like that, so I cut it all off. Like, I've done so many BCs, big chops, it's not even funny. And it's not always for the same reason. It's just like I'll just get sick of my hair and be like, psh, go into the bathroom, buzz it off, come out with no hair. So, so now I have like this really short, curly blonde hair, and I didn't think that looked right. Well, it never looked right when it was blonde, but even I could tell that the short curly blonde hair didn't look right. So I went and like dyed it jet black the next day, like blue black, and that was fun for a while. And then I started hitting the awkward stage, like within like I don't know, a month. So I decided that I was going to get a relaxer just to get me through the awkward stage, and that's what I'm dealing with now, because I'm not one of those people that feels like they need to have a relaxer. Yes, it definitely makes it more manageable. It gets you through any awkward stages with your natural texture as far as like straightening, because I love straight hair, or at least like, straighter hair. I'm not a real big fan of my curls all the time. I don't know. I mean, some people like the straight look, some people like the curly look. And my husband says basically he likes whatever makes me happy, because then I'm happy and, we have a good time. But he prefers the curly look on me. Anyways, I think I just prefer a longer look. And my curls tend to be all different lengths because they're all different textures, they're all different sizes. So it's really hard to get them to be like one uniform look. I probably should like sometime get my hair carved like the diva cut, but I don't know. I haven't done any research. I don't know if anybody around where I live does it. I live in central Kentucky right now, by the way. So there's a lot as far as ethnic hair care that is not like real close by. As far as natural ethnic hair care. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So basically, I just want to say, first of all, okay, well, congratulations, good job to everybody who's, doing the transitioning thing, natural, whatever. And I understand some of you have never been natural before, so this is a big deal, and I understand that. But there are some people out there that make it seem like this is some total new thing, like nobody has ever done this before. And it's kind of frustrating because I do not need somebody to be preaching to me about, what these chemicals are doing to your hair when, okay, you don't have a relaxer, but you're putting color in your hair. Some of it's henna, and that's fine. But if you're going out and like putting color in your hair or other stuff, or even getting a weave glued to your hair, that is just as bad. You're still, when you take that glue out, you're breaking down the bonds and you're stripping some of your hair too, inadvertently. Maybe not as bad, but you are. If you're coloring your hair, it does the same thing. That's why I cut my color out, because it was loosening my curl patterns and it wasn't pretty. It's just like whether you chemically treat your hair or not, you need to take care of it. And even when I was natural, I didn't always take care of it. I didn't always deep condition. I didn't do protective styling. I actually only became concerned about doing my research about taking care of my hair well when I had a relaxer. Go figure. So I don't need somebody just being all up in my face about something that basically me and many other girls and women were doing when everybody else was rocking their swinging relaxers and weaves and just looking at us like we were crazy. And yeah, maybe it was because I was too lazy to do my hair and I liked just like wetting my hair and going every day, but I was doing it for much longer before, you know, Chris Rock came out with his movie Good Hair or anything like that. And maybe it is because I feel like a little bit of a loser now, you know, like I bit the bullet and I got a relaxer and everybody else is like, oh, you know, no relaxers. And also it's kind of like, why does it have to take, like everybody talks about Chris Rock's movie Good Hair, and I saw it and it was very entertaining and good. And I like what he did with it. But like, why does it have to take a famous person to make something popular? Okay, he was able to market it to so many people and get so many people across. But it's like, sometimes I feel like that is what makes this whole thing cool to some people because they're like, oh, well, you know, like there was this movie and everything. It's like, are you original or not? Are you doing it because all of your friends are doing it, or are you just doing it for you because that's what you want? And I know maybe that's like the last thing to get somebody off their butt and to like decide to do it. Maybe they've been thinking about it for years, but this finally like sealed the deal for them. But you need to check your motive and I don't know, be real. I know that this relaxer and colors, I have done everything in my hair. And in the end, I know it will grow back, at least to cover my head. I don't know. It just gets frustrating. And you all might be saying, oh, she sounds guilty. Yeah, I do feel a little guilty. I wish that I hadn't done it. But, I don't know. And I am learning a lot on the hair boards from the ladies out there who are doing all these protective styles because like I said, I never did protective styles before. I went years before I even knew like what conditioner was, seriously. Like I would just shampoo my hair and that was it. And I did start to do co-washing before I really knew what that was. The last time I was natural because I was just like, well, my hair does a lot better if I just run water through it and put some conditioner in it and detangle in the shower with a detangling comb. And then, you know, it's validating in that way to know that other people are saying, yes, that's a good idea. But it's also like, don't look at me like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I have some experience with it, and I've worn my hair every which way except for braids. Individual braids out. Because I've had a sewn-in weave too, and frankly, it was a little uncomfortable for me, and I took it out prematurely. But I have experimented a lot with my hair. So anyways, got that off my chest. My husband is really encouraging me not to do the big chop this time because of that horrible, horrible awkward stage. I have a funny shaped head. It's like not totally round in the back. And when my curls come in, sometimes it looks like a box. During some parts, like before I can like, pull it back long enough, before it's long enough for me to pull it back into a ponytail. So what I'm doing is I'm just like transitioning to the point where it is so much natural growth that I can have enough to just go on that. Because right now I'd say maximum I have about 4 inches natural growth, not being stretched out. And he's looking at me like you're crazy. I'm not burning my hair, by the way. I'm not burning my hair. I put heat protectant on it. I oil it every night, put heat protectant, and then I put these curls in it because I have very thick hair too. I have fine hair, like my strands of like I can't even show you an individual strand of hair because there's just a lot. They're densely packed fine hairs. They're very strong though, and I think it's because I deep condition now and I take really good care of it. I wrap it every night. Well, almost every night, and I don't know, I pay attention to it, and I think that's the key. So when I curl it, even though I am heat styling, I just heat style once. Like normally I would be hot combing it, flat ironing it, putting curls in, and then like messing with it. But this way, I don't have to spend a lot of time with it in the morning. Um, when it's natural, I don't either. I just wash and go usually. But I don't have to mess with it because once I wrap it, take it down in the morning with some, a little bit of oil just to loosen my hair up so I not like totally mess up the finish, and spritz it with some shine spray, and I'm done. That's it. And I don't have to worry about it. And I don't have to wonder, is my hair frizzing? Is it crazy? Is it sticking up in the back? No, I'm the second week into, because I only wash my hair like once a month. It moves. It bounces. It does everything good hair does. It doesn't have like exactly like white girl flow, but it is not stiff and dry either. And I don't have breakage. So I do experiment with a lot of different like home treatments and stuff, but I just ordered a Brazilian keratin treatment. Hold your comments for now, okay? The one I got is not supposed to have formaldehyde in it. I know that some of the newer ones do contain aldehyde, but I don't know how much more harmful that is. And I only plan on doing it once or twice a year, really, because I don't wash my hair that much. So there's no reason why it should get stripped out of my hair before the year is up to do it again. And I don't need my hair to be like loosened all the time. I just read from a lot of curl boards and from stylists who do protective styling that the Brazilian keratin treatment is a nice temporary way of loosening your new growth curl so that you have more consistency if you like to wear your hair straight like I do, because they say, treat your hair like it's natural already. And I am, because when it's natural, I flat iron it. So, and then the keratin is supposed to build it up, which is good for my fine hair because I have very high porosity. And on that vein, I also ordered a henna and placenta, that honey and placenta or whatever it is, plus henna with olive oil conditioning treatment. And I plan on doing that like once a month when I do wash my hair. And then I bought Joico K-Pack, which I love Joico. I bought their protein spray treatment, which I plan on doing once a week when I restyle my hair and dry shampoo it, but I don't actually like wet it. And whenever I do that, I do a nice reconditioning treatment with like olive oil and stuff too. So, I mean, my hair is like super strong. I'm like nothing. So anyways, alright, so now I've like prepared my hair for that. And if you have a lot of hair, thick hair, you can probably notice you do not have an easy time wrapping it. So I'm just gonna wrap it here too. And I did have some breakage like right here, and that's because I cleansed my hair with bentonite clay, baking soda, and something else. And I don't know what happened, but my hair didn't like it. I'm going to give it another try with like a modified formula, but not the way I did it before, because it was really, really bad. And it left my hair so dry and just brittle. And so obviously when you do that, your new growth is going to break off. I should show you guys what it's like to try to do this when my hair is like fresh. So after I use the comb, then I use my paddle brush and I just and a lot of girls have said that they really like doing these videos because it helps them to see how much their hair has grown, and that is a good idea. So that's why I've started doing these too. By the way, like, I learned how to wrap my hair from YouTube videos because my mother doesn't really wrap her hair, and none of my hairstylists ever really explained it to me. I think they all just assumed, like, if you're black, you know how to wrap your hair. If you're ethnic, you know how to wrap your hair. But no, not if I'm asking you how. That was always frustrating. They'd be like, you gotta protect your hair, wrap it at night. And I'm like, how do you do that? And they're like, you just wrap it around your head. Like, oh, really? I'm sure I would have already been doing that if it was that easy. And it's not. And for some reason, the stylist can always do this much easier than you can yourself. But I think I get the hang of it. So I've wrapped it around the head. Oh, it's nice. And I use bobby pins just to like hold it in place until it's all done. So I don't get clips or dents from these because I don't leave them in my hair. And I guess one of these days I'll make a video of me actually like doing a dry cleanse and restyle. Dry cleanse, reconditioner, and restyle on my hair. My dry weeks, I don't really have like a set number of weeks yet per se, like how long I go between washes, because it all depends. Like, I have psoriasis, and sometimes my psoriasis, depending on my diet and my overall health, can be really bad, and it's just on my scalp and hairs around my nose and around my mouth. But it gives me really flaky dandruff. It's called seborrheic dermatitis, and it's basically like your scalp doesn't get rid of the dead skin cells. They just turn into like little piles on your scalp, and then they flake off slowly. And it's really embarrassing because when you have dark hair like this, you look really dirty and nasty, and then someone's doing your hair and they see this gross, like, it looks like sores on your scalp, but it's not. And there's nothing wrong. It's just, I don't know. So then I use one of these. You've probably seen these before. It's got the Velcro. What are you looking for? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. Try the car. And now I'm gonna push down the bobby pin. These are roller pins actually, but they work just as good as bobby pins when you're just like doing a style. You're not gonna use it in your hair. I suppose it would look cool if you put them in really artfully, but I'm not very good with my hands like that. So I just do simple styles. And I get frustrated very easily with my hair, and it can just like ruin my whole day. If my hair is not going well, I think it's like a complex because like when I was growing up, most of my friends were white. I went to school and most of the kids were white. And you know, they make fun of you. Kids will make fun of anything that's different about you. And they would make fun of me because I had this thick, bushy hair that was just like crazy, would like frizz up or poof up, and it was embarrassing. And so now like I know it's not true, but I still feel like my hair is not perfect, like everyone can see, and that's all they're looking at, because that's all I can think about. So all the bobby pins are gone, and what I'm doing is like going around in a circle, just like tucking the hair into the edges. Then I take where where it joins, and I'm just gonna rotate it on my head, and that furthers the wrap. You want to go in the direction that you wrapped your hair, otherwise you'll really mess it up. I've done that before. You're still looking for it? Alright. Did you check underneath the chair? Yeah, $26. In my wallet. In my purse.
How much is looking at this fuel card?
I have not used it. I thought you told me that it was $15, but I thought it was a cash card. Well, $15. Okay. So it's like a beehive. It's okay. It's off center. Then I take my big wrap scarf, and I don't really like this one because I like the one that's like kind of preformed. It has a seam. It doesn't really give me any problems with seam as far as where my hair looks when I wake up. And it has tails, but this is just like a big square, and it's not the most comfortable because you gotta get it really tight. And instead, hello. Instead of making a knot, because even though I'm a stomach sleeper, it just hurts my head to have that pressure. I just like take the ends like you saw, and I bring them forward after I like do the half knot sort of thing, like the corner, and I just tuck on under here, under the front, and it pretty much stays all night. Sometimes it comes off, but by that point my hair is like so molded in that shape that the other part stays on and my hair is fine. And I'm done. So of course I take my makeup off after or before, it doesn't matter. But I'll show you what my hair looks like in the morning. It's always a surprise. Sometimes it's waving, sometimes it needs a little bit more help, but most of the time it looks good enough. And just depends on how much it, you wants to lay and move and everything. But thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.